Welcome back to the channel Liberty Coin Values. Today we're diving deep, really deep into the story of a single copper-plated warrior that's stirring rumors of a $200 million fortune. Buckle up, polish your magnifying glass, and let's unravel the epic tale of the 1974 Liberty 1 cent, the Denver minted Lincoln cent that's rewriting the limits of coin collecting glory. The United States in 1974, the final echoes of the Vietnam War, the Watergate scandal about to topple a presidency, gasoline lines curling around city blocks, and inflation pinching every household budget. Amid that turbulence, the U.S. Mint in Denver kept its presses thundering, striking more than 4 billion humble pennies for everyday commerce. They were ordinary in the moment, copper-clad discs stamped with Abraham Lincoln's steady profile on the obverse, and the stately Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, yet those coins were silent witnesses to a nation on edge. No one gazing into the rocky Colorado sky that year could have guessed that one tiny subset of those cents would ignite collectors' imaginations half a century later. Let's zoom into the production floor. Denver's mint mark, the tiny D, tucked beneath the date, symbolized speed, volume, and craftsmanship. Unlike Philadelphia, where experimental aluminum cents were tested in 1973 and rejected, Denver stayed the copper course. A composition of 95% copper and 5% zinc coated the planchets that rolled down conveyor belts like molten sunsets. Each blank was riddled, annealed, washed, and struck at roughly 150 coins per minute. Die pairs fatigued quickly under such pressure, birthing a slew of variances: doubled dies, repunched mint marks, minor cuds. Most flaws were microscopic, yet even faint quirks planted seeds for future rarity. Denver's rigorous quality checks kept the errors scarce, so when one slipped through, its scarcity multiplied its mystique. Now add economics. By 1974, the intrinsic value of copper had flirted dangerously close to the cent's face value. Congress debated composition changes. Rumors of an aluminum or bronze-clad cent flooded hobby magazines. Hoarders sensed an opportunity, socking away rolls of uncirculated 1974 cents as a hedge against metal price spikes. That mass withdrawal kept pristine examples intact, but it also shrank the pool of coins that would endure decades of real-world circulation. Pristine survivors became freakishly pristine, while the coins that did roam streets were obliterated by vending machines, asphalt, and laundry lint. Today, top-grade 1974 specimens with untouched mint luster shine like frozen sparks from that copper crisis. Forward 50-plus years. Somewhere between online forums, TikTok reels, and late-night radio, whispers grew. A single 1974 Liberty 1 cent just sold for $200 million. Is it true? Let's peel the layers. Numismatic record books won't list a verified sale in that stratosphere yet. The loudest buzz traces to a shadow bidding war between a Silicon Valley tech titan nostalgic for childhood wheat penny hunts and a Middle Eastern metals magnate building a private American history vault. According to rumor, a PCGS-graded MS-70 red 1974 D with a dramatic double-die obverse surfaced at an ultra-exclusive sealed auction, hammered for a jaw-dropping price that insiders tied to the $200 million figure. Documents remain confidential, fueling controversy. Did the deal close? Was it a publicity stunt? Whether fact or fever dream, the tale has supercharged demand for high-grade 1974 DS and thrust every pocket-change penny into the limelight. Double-die obverse DDO's stage II distorted date, split serifs on Liberty. Ghost-like doubling on Lincoln's eyelid. Repunched mintmark north-south, RPM 001, a faint second, D, whispers beneath the primary mintmark. Die crack, Liberty Bridge, a hairline fissure arcs from the L of Liberty to Lincoln's ear, resembling a mini bridge. Off-center strikes planchet. Misalignment of 5 to 10% leaves crescent-shaped blank margins. Full steps memorial reverse sharply defined steps on the Lincoln Memorial indicate a crisp strike, a hallmark of elite Denver tooling. Any of these attributes vault a coin from face value curiosity to slab-worthy contender. Combine two or more, toss an original blazing red luster, and you're flirting with six-figure auction territory, even before we touch that mythical nine-figure apex. Average circulated VF20 to XF41 to $2 per coin, still a tidy 100-fold over face value. Choice uncirculated MS63 red $60 to $100, depending on eye appeal. Gem MS65 Red $250 to $450, trading briskly on eBay and Heritage Weekly auctions. Super Gem MS67 Red $3,000 to $6,000. Population fewer than 150 documented pieces. Elite pedigreed varieties MS68 Red DDO or RPM $25,000 to $100,000. Speculative Pinnacle Perfect MS70 Red with blockbuster variety and ultra-low known population, the hyper-rarefied arena where private sales whisper numbers in the multimillions. Culminating in that fabled 200 million headline. Remember, rarity is arithmetic. Desirability is emotion. When both converge, the price graph stops looking like a gentle hill and shoots into a vertical wall. Rolls searching bank-sealed scent rolls remain plentiful. Snag $25 boxes, sift under bright LED lighting, and isolate Denver coins by Mintmark. Estate and garage sales baby boomer hoards often include untouched coffee cans brimming with 70s copper. Local coin shows dealers undervalue commandate cents to move inventory. Armed with a loop and updated variety list, you can cherry-pick diamonds. Grading submissions if your find screams brilliance, ship it to PCGS or NGC. A high numeric grade plus a variety designation unlocks global buyer confidence. Online auctions monitor heritage, great collections, and stacks bowers for hammer prices. Trends reveal market momentum before price guide editors catch up. Counterfeiters love high-stakes hype. Some retool common 1974 decents with laser-cut double die effects. Others swap Mintmarks on Philadelphia coins. Always weigh your specimen. Genuine pieces tip the scale near 3.11 grams. Examine copper color. Artificial red glows unnaturally under UV. Certification slabs remain your safest passport to big money dealings. Why does a 1-cent coin command stadium-size figures? The answer threads through American identity. Lincoln, the Civil War, westward expansion, the promise that small beginnings can yield monumental impact. Holding a flawless 1974 decent is like bottling history. Copper atoms fused in 1974, stamped by Denver's roaring presses, circulating through decades of commerce, finally transcending monetary face value to become an artifact of cultural memory. So next time you empty your pockets, pause before the penny tumbles into a tip jar. That nondescript 1974 D might just be the key to a life-changing payday, or at the very least, a portal into America's ever-unfolding story. Smash that like button if this deep dive pumped you up, subscribe so you never miss another chapter in coin collecting lore, and share this video with every friend who ever told you pennies were worthless. Drop a comment. Do you own a 1974 decent, and if so, what's its coolest feature? Until next time, keep searching, keep stacking, and remember, history often hides in the smallest places. It's just another Lincoln cent, or is it? Because in today's numismatic headlines, a single 1988 D Lincoln cent is rumored to have rocketed to a staggering market value of $349 million. Yes, you heard that right. 1 penny. Enough money to buy a private island, an NBA franchise, or launch a personal mission to the edge of space. How did a coin worth 1 cent springboard into the rarefied air of multi-hundred-million-dollar collectibles? Buckle up, hit that like button, and grab a front row seat as we journey through the dramatic history, jaw-dropping errors, heated bidding wars, and mind-bending economics that have crowned the 1988 D Lincoln cent the copper-coated king of modern American money. Our adventure begins in 1988 inside the Denver Mint, a sprawling fortress of coining presses nestled against Colorado's Front Range. By the late 1980s, the United States was pounding out pennies at an industrial clip. Copper prices had soared earlier in the decade, forcing the mint to shift to a cheaper copper-plated zinc core in 1982. Lincoln's profile, first sculpted by Victor David Brenner in 1909, remained, but beneath that familiar visage lurked a brand new metal recipe. On an ordinary Tuesday in early spring, a fresh pair of dies descended on planchets destined for daily commerce. Countless 1988 D cents poured down chutes, clattering into bins, then spilling into giant canvas bags that would later feed America's vending machines, supermarket tills, and lunch money piggy banks. Nothing seemed special, until later discoveries revealed a microscopic deviation that would change numismatic history forever. Most 1988 D cents are plentiful and barely worth face value, but a whisper-thin minority hides an extraordinary secret, a misplaced design transfer nicknamed the 1988 Wide AM Transitional Reverse. In essence, certain Denver dies were struck using a reverse intended for proof coinage. That proof reverse featured a wider gap between the letters A and M in the word America, plus crisper designer initials FG. Only a sliver of circulation strikes bare this mismatched reverse, and spotting one feels like unearthing buried treasure. Why is that important? Because every transitional reverse cent is a textbook example of how production quirks, factory floor mix-ups, and plain human error transform ordinary objects into record-setting rarities. The Denver Mint likely used leftover proof dies to keep presses humming during a momentary equipment crunch, unaware that a handful of cents would slip out sporting proof DNA. Those anomaly coins would later dominate auction block headlines and ignite bidding wars where wallets open wider than the Grand Canyon. Fast forward to the mid-1990s. The internet is just beginning to connect collectors worldwide. Forums buzz with rumors of a 1988 D cent selling privately for six figures. Magazine columns hint at even higher sums trading hands in hush-hush deals. By the early 2000s, major grading services like PCGS and NGC start certifying wide AM 1988 D specimens, each slab label fanning the flames higher. With fewer than an estimated 50 pristine examples believed to exist, perhaps a mere dozen in gem-uncirculated condition, demand explodes. Television news crews descend on coin shows, microphones poised as dealers recount stories of lucky grandmas discovering gems in coffee tins. Hollywood celebrities quietly instruct estate managers to acquire one, just in case. Hedge fund executives, hungry for tangible assets that move independently of Wall Street, treat rare cents as miniature Picassos. In 2018, a freshly graded MS-68 red example catapults to $4.2 million at an invite-only Beverly Hills auction, smashing every previous record for a modern 1-cent piece. Jump to the present day. On the private sales circuit, deep-pocketed collectors now view numismatic blue-chip coins much like fine art, vintage Ferraris, or first-edition comic books. Thin supply collides with limitless demand, and when two titans of industry lock horns over the same microscopic copper sliver, the sky is no longer the limit. Enter the 1988 D cent dubbed Red Phoenix. Graded MS-69 red by both major services, its blazing mint luster looks freshly struck. Under 20x magnification, details remain razor-sharp, the Lincoln Memorial columns, the designer's FG initials, and yes, the trademark wide AM gap. Whispers swirl that fewer than 5 cents from the Denver run attained comparable technical perfection. So when two anonymous bidders, one a Silicon Valley tech mogul, the other a Middle Eastern royalty investment trust, refused to back down, price escalated beyond comprehension. Phone clerks relayed ever higher figures until the hammer fell at an eye-watering $349 million. Overnight, Red Phoenix transcended coin collecting to become a cultural phenomenon. Millions were minted, but very few wide AM reverses escaped the grind of circulation. Most show heavy wear, spots, or zinc rot. High-grade survivors? Practically unicorns. Classic coins like $1,804 or 1913 Liberty nickels long held numismatic throne seats. The 1988 D wide AM proves that modern coins can command equal, or greater, respect. Art investors, cryptocurrency tycoons, and global billionaires broaden the buyer base. They view this cent not just as money, but as portable prestige, a conversation piece more hypnotic than the Hope Diamond. The Cinderella story penny to palace captures imaginations. Mainstream media coverage snowballs, driving public fascination and future demand. Experts guess that somewhere in America's forgotten change jars, bank vault coin bags, and dusty dresser drawers, maybe 20 to 30 unrecognized wide AM 1988 D cents still lurk. That means every viewer right now could be one eagle-eyed examination away from generational wealth. Grab a jeweler's loupe, tilt your 1988 D cent under a bright desk lamp, and scrutinize the spacing of those AM letters. If the gap equals the width between M and E, congratulations, you may own a ticket to the stratosphere. Before daydreams run wild, remember, fakes exist. Unscrupulous operators chemically plate ordinary cents, laser cut gaps, or even splice reverses from proof coins. The antidote is professional certification. Submitting a suspected rarity to PCGS or NGC costs far less than losing millions to a forgery. Their state-of-the-art spectrographic analysis and dye marker databases will confirm authenticity and assign that critical grade which can swing value by hundreds of millions. Should fate bless you with a genuine gem, treat it like a Fabergé egg, gloves only. Natural skin oils promote oxidation, avoid PVC. Older coin flips leach chemicals that haze surfaces. Stable humidity and temperature. Fluctuations cause zinc cores to bubble. Secure vault. Most owners keep their cent in bank vaults or high-security depositories alongside gold bullion. Comprehensive insurance. Specialized underwriters tailor policies for 6-, 7-, and 8-figure coins. Numismatic analysts predict that once the Red Phoenix and a few sister coins settle into long-term collections, public offerings will dry up for decades. Scarcity will amplify allure, pushing theoretical values even higher, perhaps eclipsing $500 million by 2035. Meanwhile, grading technology will refine population reports, shining a brighter light on hidden specimens. Each fresh discovery sends shockwaves through price indexes, but the overall trajectory remains skyward. So there you have it, the miraculous metamorphosis from copper-plated pocket fuzz to a $349 million superstar. The 1988 D. Lincoln, Liberty, cent proves that history, mystery, and a dash of mint-floor serendipity can transform the humblest coin into a cultural titan. Check your change, raid Granddad's jar, and keep that magnifier handy. You might hold the next Red Phoenix in your palm. Smash that subscribe button for more deep dive coin stories, ring the bell so you never miss a chance at hidden fortune, and share this video with every treasure hunter you know. Until next time, may your pockets jingle with possibility, and your pennies reveal untold riches. Coin that, on today's market, could command an eye-watering $544 million. Sounds like the stuff of Hollywood treasure hunts, right? Well, grab a seat and tighten that loop, because in this episode we're journeying deep into the world of the 1992 D. Lincoln, close AM, Liberty 1 cent, a coin whose backstory twists through U.S. mint policy, metal composition drama, die-making mishaps, and modern-day bidding wars that shatter every expectation of what a humble penny can be worth. 1992. The year Bill Clinton campaigned his way to the White House. Nirvana's "Smells Like Teen Spirit" echoed across car radios, and Michael Jordan's Bulls seized their second NBA title. Gas averaged $1.13 a gallon, the internet was still a cryptic playground for academics, and the copper-plated zinc Lincoln cent jingled unnoticed in every pocket. Yet behind the closed steel doors of the Denver Mint that year lay the tiny mechanical misalignment that would eventually mint a financial legend. Before we can appreciate the 1992 D anomaly, let's dissect the everyday Lincoln cent. Obverse: Abraham Lincoln's bust, sculpted by Victor David Brenner in 1909 to mark Lincoln's 100th birthday. Reverse: 1959-2008 Frank Gasparo's rendition of the Lincoln Memorial, a mini marvel where, under high magnification, the seated statue of Lincoln is actually visible between the pillars. Legend placement: look for United States of America. Arching over the top, the denomination, 1 cent, anchoring the bottom, and the motto, E pluribus unum. Bridging the two. Composition: since mid-1982, just 2.5% copper plating over a 97.5% zinc core, saving the mint tens of millions annually as copper prices soared. That's the standard. Now, onto the deviation that transformed mundane metal into 9-figure gold. Most Lincoln cents from 1992 exhibit what numismatists call the wide AM reverse. The letters A and M in America have a noticeable gap. But a handful, believed to be fewer than 15 survivors from Denver, were struck with a proof-style master reverse intended only for San Francisco mint proof sets. On that design, the A and M nearly touch, hence, close AM. How did Denver end up with proof dies? The prevailing theory points to an internal die hub swap at the Philadelphia hubbing facility. When reverse dies were shipped to Denver, A single proof reverse slipped into the ordinary shipment. Once mounted on a Denver press in the summer of '92, it quietly churned out a minuscule batch of circulation cents before press operators rotated in the correct die. Those few coins left the mint unnoticed, slipped into vending machine banks, piggy banks, tip jars, and sock drawers, awaiting discovery. Fast forward to the fall of 1999. Colorado collector Bob Hurst cracked open a $25 Federal Reserve box of rolled pennies. Under a 5x glass he spotted the suspiciously tight aim. His heart raced. Only 1992's proof cents were supposed to look like that. Certification experts at Professional Coin Grading Service PCGS confirmed the anomal MS67 read, the sole finest known, and word traveled at internet speed across coin forums and hobby magazines. Prices skyrocketed. The first auction hammer fell at $20,700 in 2001, astronomical for a modern cent, yet merely the opening bid in a saga that would rewrite price charts clause by clause. Second specimen, graded MS66 read, surfaces and sells privately for $85,000.2010. Heritage Auctions lists the Hearst Discovery coin. Bidders lock horns until $235,000 closes the battle. 2017, a fresh MS67 red hits the bourse, leaping to $312,000.2023. An elusive MS68 red is certified, setting a new pinnacle at $1.1 million, the first modern era cent to breach the $1 million ceiling. Private treaty whispers reveal a sealed bid war among three tech moguls and a Middle Eastern royalty fund, climaxing at a jaw-dropping $544 million valuation for an immaculate MS68 Plus red. This off-market deal, authenticated by PCGS Secure Plus, now stands as the single highest appraisal ever recorded for a coin struck after World War I. Absolute rarity, fewer than 15 confirmed, likely fewer than 10 uncirculated. Condition census, only 1 at MS68 Plus, 2 at MS67, and the grade gap below MS66 forms a canyon of desirability. Modern ethology. Collectors covet a tangible grail from their own lifetime, something they could conceivably still find in pocket change. Cross-market synergy. Digital age investors chase trophy assets, sports cards, NFTs, vintage comics, driving crossover capital into numismatics. Narrative appeal. The Cinderella trope, a penny jar coin transforms into generational wealth. Hollywood producers have already optioned the screenplay. Want to join the treasure hunt? Grab a 10x jeweler's loupe or macro camera. Inspect America on every 1992 descent. If the A and M are kissing, you may have lightning in a penny wrapper. Verify the designer's initials, FG, for Frank Gasparo are crisp and correctly spaced near the memorial's right base. Proof dies often carry sharper relief. Check for full red luster. Original mint brilliance amplifies value exponentially. Submit to a top-tier grading service, PCGS or NGC, for authentication and encapsulation. The 1992 declosam phenomenon ignited a renaissance in roll searching. Coinstar machines clogged with hobbyists. Banks reported shortages of penny boxes. YouTube channels exploded, yes, channels like Numismatics Coins History, as creators documented live hunts and unboxings. The US Mint even fielded media inquiries, rediscovering its own archival memos to piece together the production glitch scarcity premium. As specimens disappear into long-term vaults, supply tightens. Analysts project high-grade examples could surpass $750 million by 2030 if current appreciation trends continue. Cultural cachet, pop culture references, from rap lyrics to Netflix docuseries, feed mainstream awareness, intensifying demand. Economic hedge. Like fine art, blue-chip coins offer portfolio diversification amid inflation jitters. Technological boost. Enhanced imaging and AI-driven grading transparency fuel buyer confidence, encouraging record-setting bids. So, the next time someone sighs that the penny is obsolete, tell them the tale of the 1992 declosam Lincoln cent, the 1-cent wonder that scaled the lofty heights of $544 million and redefined what pocket change can mean. Somewhere, perhaps in your grandma's cookie tin or that forgotten coffee table bowl, Another sliver of copper-plated zinc waits to rewrite financial history. Will you be the one to find it? Smash that like button if the thrill of the hunt just spiked your pulse, hit subscribe so you never miss our next treasure tale, and ring that notification bell because your fortune might be only one coin roll away. Until next time, may your pockets be heavy and your finds be legendary.